sent out on Instagram last night. I had a few questions. People sending a few questions and stuff, and kind of mixing them with questions I have myself. And as I said, there's a lot of podcasts that do ask how you started up the show and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But there was one that I asked the three lads the last day. Obviously, there's I know it's just the pandemic, but even before that, a lot of people want a new season, and they're saying there's one wrote or there's a script there somewhere for bits and pieces of it. What would you like to see if there was one sort of storyline that you want to bring into it or something? Would you like to see in it? Because personally now, might have I think it was the end of the first season on RTE, where Eddie's girlfriend gets pregnant.
Yes, that's right.
Not really followed on with.
Yeah.
But then I think that's probably that's 10 years ago, is it?
Probably is about 10 years ago now. Yeah.
Followed on.
Yeah.
Eddie and Buzz in the cottage, and this young fella's there with them. They don't know what to do.
Kids.
Yeah. Is it? Well, maybe not 10 years old now. Maybe about 18, 19.
Do you know what? Yeah. You're still having kids in the house. Eddie and Buzz having kids. Is that what you said?
No, it's his son. Well, it's his son.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, no, I get you now. Well, the thing is, the time we wrote that, or not even wrote it, made it up on the spot, Eddie's like, "You're pregnant, fuck me." And then, because it was too much hassle, I think it was too much, we couldn't get a baby for the next episode, I think.
Yeah.
I think that was the problem. Right. So then they just said, just forget about that storyline.
Yeah.
So then nothing else was said about it. But I do think, if ever the show was to come back, you'd have to bring in storylines that would suit the characters a bit more, like having kids and maybe relationships and midlife crises and stuff like that, and trying to pay the bills, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't keep going on about the same stuff that we're on about in the last stuff, because we've kind of all grown up a small bit, Yeah. But I think there's definitely still plenty of options there for storylines, and you could even have one or two of the lads maybe living in Longford or Galway or Dublin or whatever like that, just to sort of jazz things up a small bit. But
because we were saying the last day maybe, if you went somewhere, if you went to an event or something, or went up to an All Ireland or down to Galway for a night out or something.
Yeah, definitely.
Around.
Well, that's the thing, you see. Yeah, there was a plan there in one of the episodes where we were meant to go to Longford. I think myself and Eddie Durkin wanted to go to Longford on a Tinder date.
Right.
And then the rest of the boys said, Frenchie and the Boo was like, should we come along as well? So then meant to be like a bit of a road trip up to Longford. Okay. But
camera in the car, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and then you see at least the crowd, then the audience has seen a new dynamic because we're on the road.
Yeah.
And then there could be something funny on the road where I don't know, we have to stop for something. Maybe the tire goes flat or whatever. Yeah. Then we get to Longford, and then it's kind of funny to bring 4 people on a Tinder date,
Yeah.
But
that adds something different to it as well,
Yeah, adds something different to it, yeah, because you can't be just always living in Castletown as well. So it'd be nice for us. And then another idea we had, I think, was that Hardy Books in Space.
Was kind of was on with that the last day.
Huh?
Michael Sam was on with the last day. Yeah.
I'd love to see Mikey Salmon driving a spaceship. Not even on Hardy Books, just generally I'd like to see Michael Salmon driving a spaceship, just to see what gears he'd be pressing, But there's plenty of ideas for a new season, anyways. But fortunately, RT or nobody's coming to us for it. So it'd be nice to do stuff again, but no, none of the kind of the TV companies seem to be biting, unfortunately. But that's just the way you have to go, And maybe someday down the line, I always think with the likes of the Venga Boys and S Club 7, Spice Girls, all those kind of crew. They're all coming back, so maybe if they come back, why can't we? But if it happens, it happens. It probably should happen naturally enough. Yeah,
because there's generations and age groups that are getting out and out. Like my brother's, he's out in the house here at the moment. He's going to be 15 this year.
15.
All his friends are watching.
Right, yeah.
And they've got through the YouTube series. That I think it was on Martin's channel. He has a bit of a compilation of the webisodes there. And then they're nearly done all the stuff on Netflix as well.
Yeah.
So they're all watching it, and then there's fellas, I'm 20, there's fellas 10 years older than me that are still watching it as well.
You're good shape for 20.
I'm in great shape.
Look at powerful arms, can we get that in camera?
Get that in camera, I'll zoom in. Okay, you should use my other arm, go there.
That'll hopefully be funny after, but now it's weird.
It's a bit weird, yeah.
But no, it's good that all these new generations are watching it, because we kind of forget about it, because since we started, it was maybe 12 years ago, and we're all kind of off trying to do our own thing now as well. So it's nice that people come along and see it, and you know, people talk about it still. That's a very nice thing because it gave us all the beginning of our careers, you know.
Definitely, yeah.
So it's nice never to forget about it. But I'm sure if it happens, it happens. And at the same time, you know, you don't want to like be always talking about it either. Like you kind of want to sort of explore new stuff, you know, and create something new, you know.
Because there's a lot of programs like say now, like say with normal people won't.
Yeah.
People are crying out for a second season of that.
Yeah, yeah.
But then some of them maybe like you see Paddy Power did it. They only ever had 2 seasons.
Yeah,
you know, kind of leave people wanting more.
That's the thing, you see. Yeah,
you know?
That's what you want to see. You don't want to drive it into the ground, and sometimes it's easy to do that. It's very easy to do that because if RT did come to us tomorrow and say, "Do you want to make another series?" I'd say probably 99% of us would say, "Oh yeah, let's do it," you know. But with Fawlty Towers or with The Office, those kind of TV shows, they only did 2 seasons and then they left it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to leave the crowd wanting a bit more, but I'd say probably down the line we probably will make another season.
Yeah.
But I don't know when that'll happen, or again, there's no talk of it. There's a few people online saying, "Would you make another series?" But like, they probably say that about a lot of TV shows.
Yeah, I think it's just, especially like your audience would be like predominantly west of Ireland, but there's lads like that we go to college with and from Cork and stuff like that. And they're like big into it, and it's big down there neck of the woods too.
Yeah, you'd be surprised as well though. In Dublin, like there seem to be a lot of people in Swords and stuff like that, and kind of like the suburbs outside the city that people would be into it too. You know.
Yeah.
Because they have similar kind of characters they're different, but they're still similar kind of.
Yeah.
Like trying to make kind of get rich quick schemes and stuff like that. So.
And they're like, geez, that's how hardly what goes on in the country, like, you know.
Exactly, yeah. It's kind of like an exaggerated version of it, but it's I suppose it's a good. Sometimes it was a good representation of how Irish people were and how we were like in small towns and stuff.
Yeah,
like
like the recession and stuff like that at the time, and like even some of the storylines, he trying to make money and stuff.
Exactly, yeah. Having lads coming over to the house to use the laptop like that.
Yeah, exactly.
We had something like we because Hardy Book started off in Bebo, and back in them days nobody had smartphones and nobody had those like laptops or anything like that. Yeah. So we'd have to all meet up in the library and actually go on the computer and I'd be like, "Do you want to use it now?" And then one of us would come on and just check into our profile. We might get a message. You'd be like, "Fucking go ahead." You'd look at a message from maybe someone you were texting. Yeah. But so it was kind of like an exaggerated version of that. Yeah. That's where the episode's ideas came from. So if we were to do a new one, the storylines would have to kind of match current affairs, I suppose. Okay. But you know, it's a tricky old time because you can't really say too much nowadays. It seems, or you'll offend somebody.
And then I think when RT kind of got on board, you were able to. You had that bit more of a, I suppose, the national audience straight away. Yeah. You were able to get people in, like you had Tommy Tiernan and you had Brian Kennedy and people like that. Yeah. If and hopefully when there is a new season, who would you like to see come in? Maybe have a cameo role? Because personally, I was thinking about it last night and racking my brains. Yeah. Because I think automatically, like, you know, it's got to be a comedian or something. But Brian Kennedy came in and I thought that's probably one of my favourite episodes. Yeah. Because it was brilliant. And even at the end where he's singing the song and you're like, what was it? You know when you said about the message in the box? Put the box in the car. Is that Terry Durkin putting the box of money into the car and trying it off? Great. You know, lines like that. Yeah, yeah. That just make you remember the person who came in. Yeah, I got you, yeah. Jeez, I'd like to see Brian Kennedy back in it now that you say it. Yeah. Because there was a bit of beef online with Brian Kennedy actually. I think he slagged off the Hardy Books. And there was some episode that went up online or somewhere like that and he said, "Scarlet for the Hardy Books." And he kind of meant like, "I'm embarrassed for the Hardy Books." For something we said, or maybe it was some episode or something like that. Yeah. And then he had a bit of a Twitter beef with the Viper and they were just like slagging each other back and forth. Okay. And then a few months later then someone said, "Do you want to be in the show, Brian?" And he was like, "Yes, I do." Gas. And then he came down to Mayo and we collected him in Foxford. And he hopped into the car and I was, in fairness to him, he was sound. Yeah. Because I mean, he was coming into like, maybe there was, like in any given day in the Hardy Books, it's going to be 30 or 40 of us there like acting or trying to act anyways, you know. Extras and all that. Exactly, yeah. People milling around and people smoking fags and standing in corners and, you know, it looked like just a gang of lads hanging out really more than anything. Yeah. So when Brian Kennedy came down, and in fairness to him, he was spot on, like. But I'd like to see Brian Kennedy back in it. I personally think now, maybe like pub scenes and stuff, I'd love to see someone like John Kenny having a pub. Yes. Behind the bar. Yeah, that'd be good. Because he can put on, he has the voice that just, you know, he's fits well, and he can put on that West of Ireland sort of thing as well. John Kenny would be very good, yeah, that's a good shout actually, yeah. Jesus, I'd like to see, I can't think now. I'll have to come back to that one. Because a lot of comedians that you'd work with as well, I know you've got the podcast with Tom O'Mahony.
Yeah, Tom the Beer O'Mahony, yeah.
Yeah,
that's the Hard Enough podcast. Please check it out. Bit of self-promotion there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I see? Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Just if Joe Rogan was in the gym and he was doing like kettlebells, and we just went in and we just rushed him, we just started giving loads of body shots, and then he just revealed the truth that himself and Eddie Bravo are not real friends.
That'll be the thing now. That'll be up on Twitter now. Hashtag Rogan on Hardy Books or.
It'd be great to have him on it though. I suppose because he's such a big name, but acting wise, Brendan Gleeson would be good.
Yes.
He seems like he's got the gither of a fella that had been in the Hardy Books, just someone that had been in it. Colin Meaney being another great man.
Mm-hmm.
Jim Core would be mighty to get in it.
Yeah.
Jim Core, Danny Dyer.
Danny Dyer, yeah.
I'd love those two in it, yeah.
What about a crossover with the Young Offenders? What do you think of that?
Yeah, that'd be great, yeah.
We'll see that it's come down. I suppose it could be a bit like the film though. Their film, they go out to the country.
Right.
You know, they're towny boys. And
I didn't see the film now, to be honest, but...
they go out to the country in the film, but it could be a thing where they go and, let's say, Eddie and Buzz open an Airbnb.
Yeah.
Something daft like that.
Two boys, like a crossover.
Yeah. And they land up and they're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, like, you can kind of create any kind of ideas, you know, so, I mean, if RTE or someone else fancy that idea,
or are listening to this podcast,
please give it a go. But it's just like it's trying to get everything together, you know, and it's trying to make sure that everyone is kind of happy with what's going on, you know. But at the end of the day, I think the likes of the Viper and Eddie Durkin, they're the two that created the show. Mm-hmm. So they're kind of if it has to come through them really. Whatever's going to happen with the Hardy Books kind of has to be what the two of them say, because those two people are the ones that really kind of started the show. Yeah. Do you know? But the Young Offenders is a great show. Yeah, I've watched a few clips of it now, but there's so much stuff to watch online. It's hard to keep up with everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I do like the gither of the two boys. It's funny.
Let's talk about, I suppose, the pandemic. How
I've been very serious today now, by the way. I feel
very serious. If you had the glasses on now, you'd be a bit more serious.
Well, I feel like I'm a bit too serious, but I might take another drink of this. It's tasty. I'll stuff this.
I've never had it.
Take it out. That's yours now.
Is that mine?
Just the problem with me is when I've anything in front of me, I have to finish it. I said, no, you know what? I won't. It's Monday. It's Monday.
I'll finish the tea first.
Okay, sure, I'll have that too.
Yeah, the pandemic. So you've moved down west again.
Moved down west, yeah. I was like an old badger returning to my motherland, tail between my legs, hands out. And I lived in the city for maybe 5 years. Mm-hmm. And see, the Hardy Books finished maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and then I was living in the city, and well, number one, I just wanted to have the crack and move into the city and see what was going on up there. Yeah. Number two, then I was kind of thinking I want to sort of bring my, I want to sort of get the comedy going, you know, like go to stand-up gigs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And make videos and all the other stuff that goes with it. But the problem then with me in the city is that you end up just going to the pub, or you end up just meeting someone.
Pubs all around you, like.
Exactly, there's pubs all around you. You end up going for a bloody coffee or something during the daytime, and just like I was pretending to be doing more work than I think I was doing. Right. So now I came back to West, and it was perfect timing because it was during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And delighted to be back. Feel better than ever.
Stuff. And
feel great.
Yeah. Right.
What about you? Well, look, I feel like you didn't believe me there.
What do you mean?
What a joke.
There was something in my eyes.
There was a glint in your eye that you were like, this lad's talking absolute fucking shite. But no, it's nice to be back because I'm kind of seeing things now that my father told me over the years.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to sound like a bloody fucking an old fucking Buddha, but I remember like seeing stuff, even like birds and stuff like that. My father used to always talk about birds, and I'd look at them going, they're a fucking waste of time. I want to go into the city and get pissed and have the crack. But it's nice to mix the two of them up, you know, and it's nice to be back in the countryside with the skylarks and the crows and the doves.
So you're down west. You just moved down for the time being of the pandemic.
No, down full time.
Down full time.
It just happened to be. Sorry, my body language is a bit closed off. It just happened to be good timing because the lockdown just happened, but myself and Mrs. were already moving anyway.
Okay.
Because getting sick of Dublin, you know, getting into bad habits, and then I just said, "Fuck, we need to get out of this place," and came back to the west. So it was just around the time of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And it was perfect timing because I thought moving to the countryside would be difficult because you know the way like you'd miss the pubs
Yeah.
and all the other
Just the
stuff.
local crack.
But everything was closed up anyway, so I didn't have to miss anything.
Yeah, you'll have to give it a good tear now when you get the chance, I think.
Oh, stop.
I think there's a lot of people saying how the pubs are a bit freed now, but it's that first weekend back, the pubs will do well.
Yeah.
I know there'll be social distancing in the pubs and stuff like that, but that won't stop people going to them, I'd say.
Yeah. I don't think it will, yeah, but people will probably be a bit more distant, I'd say. But at the same time, the pubs, like a lot of good times to be had in the pub, a lot of good storytellers and a lot of good musicians in the pubs, and
Yeah.
you know, you meet a lot of great characters in the pub. But I don't know, it seems like that was nearly a nail in the coffin of the Irish drinking culture. Maybe not, but it seems like that people are not like into the pub as much as they used to be.
Yeah, especially the country pubs. The country pubs are kind of a dying trade.
Yeah, which is a shame really. That's the driving ban, I suppose, but it's a shame really in some ways because there's like so many fucking nice pubs that have like loads of great stories of people over the years. And well, how many nights a week would you go out?
Would I go out? Well, like in college, you get a night a week in college, anyways. And like we played darts then in the Border Collie in Tourist Strand, so you'd be every Friday as well.
Okay.
Might be an 18th or 21st or
there's something popping
50th or something to
exactly.
All the
There's always something.
There is always
whether
something.
it be an 18th or a 50th.
Charity
age in between. Yeah. Some dog's birthday or some lad's mother got her hair cut. You have to go and celebrate it.
Exactly. But yeah, you would miss it all the same. I think people are going to appreciate that time to have with their mates in the pub when everything goes back to normal.
Big time, yeah. Big time. I think it, you know, we're probably running after our tail a bit too much anyway. So now when you do go back to the pub or you do go back to hanging out with your mates or whatever, you go for a bit of food, you probably appreciate it a bit more. Yeah. Because we were probably, we're probably in the race too much and we're kind of like slightly overindulging maybe. But sure, I'm only talking shite.
We'd appreciate the pint up the tap anyways.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I got one since, but I will not disclose where I got it. But I got one out of the tap during the lockdown, and I got maybe 4 or 5 to be honest. But they were nice.
We must have the tap. We would tap. My mother and father had a pub. 10 years ago now since they had it, and we would tap upstairs and all that jazz. So
where upstairs in the house?
Upstairs in the house, yeah.
Jeez, that's
I should have brought you to that house.
You might have got me out of it. Squatters' rights and all that.
You're ringing your old fella. Oh no, I won't be over doing that for past today.
I'm up on some lad's roof. That's a handy job, but at the same time,
I must get it fixed up. But the thing is, if you buy a barrel, there's the guts of 90 pints in a barrel. You see.
That's the thing, and it's like those Jaffa cakes. You know, they have to be gone in the one day.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like there's myself and the father now, and like the brother might have to break the pledge.
Oh.
You know what I mean? You don't
want that pledge of allegiance.
Yeah, the old pledge of allegiance. Yeah.
What does that entail?
Yeah, the confirmation job.
Oh yes.
I mean.
Yes, sorry, yeah. You don't drink at all, no?
Oh, I do.
Okay.
No, I do. I meant the brother.
Oh Christ, yeah, I got you.
The young fella, yeah.
I got you, yeah. But you have to break that at one point, you know?
Yeah, I said there'll be a lot of fellas around the church now with their hands kind of, fingers crossed, behind the back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yes, I remember that lie that I told the priest I would never drink. Which is a small bit of truth in that too, is there?
I don't drink all the time, that's it.
Yeah, don't take the piss, and having a keg upstairs is dangerous.
Yeah, the half barrel would be the job, but...
Would, but even that would have to be polished at some point.
Yeah, you'd want to get a good few over to give you a hand.
You would, yeah. And then sure, once you've got 10 lads in your house, then that's a party.
That is a party. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
what's the story with this box in front? When do we get to open this? I'm curious to know what's inside Connacht Gold, and I like the way you went for that.
Yeah.
As opposed to the Kerry Gold.
Placement.
Yeah, well that's it. You know, Connacht Gold. Give them your support. It's actually the most underrated butter.
Yeah.
In Ireland.
Are you getting to see?
Get that in there.
Will you start with that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah.
But maybe before we open up, maybe a bit of a plug.
Yeah.
RT. You're around the fire with Owen Colgan. It's
a show that I made on the RT player on the fire with Owen Colgan, and it's just me interviewing people, and it's a bit daft, and it's a few laughs in there. Hope you enjoy it, and 3 episodes. Okay, it's come to a bit of a standstill now the last while. It's come to what? It's come to a bit of a standstill with the pandemic, is it? Or? It is, yeah. It was meant to be a couple more episodes, but because of the lockdown, they were like, no, we can't let anyone into the building, so let's talk and do more down the line. Good. So please check that out. It's all about the ratings, folks. And what else? Then I'm doing my own podcast. Yeah. It's called Going Deep, and it's me trying to figure out what's going on in my own mind and what's going on in the world. What else have I got going on then? Videos here and there, and bits and bobs knocking around. Instagram, Facebook, even like Instagram, Facebook, yeah. Just check that out if you get a chance, and if not, I won't hold that against you either. You've got actually, like, it's giving you time to
I even see on your Instagram stories and stuff now to try out new characters that you might want to do. And stuff
Jeez,
like
well,
that.
there's that.
A few weeks there in the house that you want to.
I got a few weeks in Amazon, yeah. But I just to be thinking sometimes just for myself, like I see other people doing characters. The Viper does great characters. The likes of like Tim and Eric, comedians online there do like loads of different characters, and I see different people like social media people like in America and different places. There's a guy called Kyle something, I forget his second name, but he does this thing, he does this like face warp I think it's called, and he kind of looks like celebrities but he can do their voice and everything, and he puts on a wig. So you say, fuck, I'll get a few weeks. Yeah. Keep things spicy for myself,
The impressionists are good now to watch.
The impressions are very good, yeah.
It's Connor's done it for himself now.
He has, yeah. Well, he has them nailed, Because not only has he got the impression, but he's got the content behind it.
Yeah. Did you see the thing he did for the Sunday game, the Gerlach Man thing? It's kind of a piss take of the Last Dance, the last jig.
I didn't see it, no.
Oh, it's brilliant. It's brilliant.
The last jig, no, I didn't.
The last jig is Gerlach Man instead of Michael Jordan. He's the.
Oh fuck yes, gotcha.
It's a complete kind of adaptation of the whole thing, and he's interviewing different people that he's doing impressions of as well.
I got you.
Very good, very good.
He did well. I think he's on ESPN or one of those channels.
PGA is out with them.
That's brilliant. Like he's got his own show named after himself, so that's very good. Fair play to me, and he's very talented.
Yeah, he's got some great guests. I think Ian Poulter on there last week before. And was going on to him to Ian Poulter see if he come over here.
He's not an Irish lad though, Ian Poulter, is he?
English, I think.
English, yeah. Yeah, he has the golf market locked up anyways.
Yeah.
But fair play to him. He's doing very well.
Now, we'll go for about the 6 topics here.
Yeah.
Should we roll with all of them, or we'll see?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. I'm enjoying
5 minutes each.
I'm enjoying the crack.
What's the first one there?
Making a movie.
Making a movie, so
who where did you get these?
My brain.
Oh, right, okay, they're yours. I thought people from the local village of Crossballina were putting them in the letterbox.
I put them up on Instagram, asked people what you want us to talk about and stuff like that. So that was one of them. So of course he made the film there a few years ago.
Yeah. Went to Poland,
yeah. I was chatting to the lads the other day about it, and they were saying how it was just she and a couple of fellas in doing camera work and stuff. You could only have a certain amount of a crew because you were constantly moving and stuff. Yeah,
constantly moving, and also there wasn't an awful lot of money there for that because you had to pay like a lot of insurance. We had to pay like sometimes we'd go to a place like in Poland and you'd have to pay them to say, can we use this space to do a bit of filming?
Right. And
they'd be like, what's it for? And they'd be like, oh, it's just for like an Irish movie. They'd be like, alright, well, give me a few quid.
Yeah, making the order.
Yeah, well, Jesus Christ, everyone will do it, I suppose, but no harm in the masking either, but and then the story was we had a highest van, two camper vans, and then Steph and the boys just went from Swinford to Poland, Poznan, and the whole story was like we got lost along the way, and we went to Amsterdam, red light district, in the smoking area, the weed area, and all the dildo shops, and then we go to Germany for a while, and then where else did we go? We went obviously to Poland, we went to Poznan and loads of different towns and villages, and half the time you'd either sleep in the back of the camper van, or else you'd have pulled in at a border somewhere and you'd be doing a bit of filming on the fly. Okay. It was brilliant crack. We kept saying this is the best holiday ever, but then the producer lad kept saying, well, this is meant to be work, like you're meant to be looking at the scripts.
And it was Universal that you went with, was it? Was it Universal?
That was Universal, RTE, the Irish Film Board, and then there was somebody else. I think there was like different people that put money into the pie. Okay. And Universal that put the biggest piece of pie in.
Right. So the lads were saying the last day, I think it was Pete that was saying it. He's saying how with the scripts, so you might have a script and then you'd come up with your own stuff on the spot for the series, and then you'd have to make that into a script again and send it off to.
Yeah, that's the thing you see. Yeah.
What about the film then? Did you have to have a set script for the film, or were you allowed?
We had to. Well, the thing is, we had to have a set script for the film because otherwise Universal RT wouldn't have given us any funding. Okay. Because we couldn't say to them, we're just going to make it up as we go along, and can you just trust us? So they said, just give us a script. So then we gave them a script, but then they're like, oh yeah, they have to sign off then the script. They're like, okay, this script is the one we're signing off and we're giving you the money because of this script.
Right.
So in that way, you're kind of obliged to do what's on the page, but they also know that like we improvise our lines. So we might look at a line and might say, where's Eddie gone? We might just say that 10 different ways, but we also might look at a line and say, that's a very shit line. Okay. And do it our own way, because at the end of the day, we all kind of created our own characters, so we all know what our own characters are going to say. Yeah. And when we have scripts, and sometimes they write lines that wouldn't really make sense for the character, but sure, that's the part of the process. But definitely when we're making the movie, sure, half the time we didn't even know what the storyline was. Someone might say to us in this scene, French toast, you're meant to be mad at Buzz because he's after losing the hash or something like that.
Yeah. And
then we just improvise it a few times. Sure, myself and French toast know each other for years, so we can make each other laugh on the spot.
Yeah.
Or at least it takes 20 minutes to warm up into it, and then we can make each other laugh. Or same with Eddie. We've all lots of backstories together, so it was kind of it's a bit like playing football with your mates. You kind of know where they're going to be, and you kind of just pass the ball back.
Yeah.
There's no pressure. If you fuck up, it's fine. Just redo it again.
Yeah, and that off the cuff sort of stuff, as you said.
That's where the